Which one do you want to test? Both of them? Do you want to test both of them or just one of them? Okay. Ready? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. I don't think they're on up there. Want to call Zach? I can call Zach. Do you want to talk to Zach?
Hi, Zach. Yeah. Are the mics 1 and 3 up on the console? Oh, they're not. Okay, that's why I don't hear them. Okay. Try it now.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing.
Check. Just one more time.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Can you send a message to Ken and ask him what output he put the monitors on? Because I don't have the monitors. It should be on 3, that's fine. I've got 3 on there. Yeah. Okay.
Gingerbread Voluntary. I'm getting mixed up.
Oh, sorry. A A B A A B A.
Hello, everyone. I just have a couple of housekeeping announcements to make before the ceremony begins. As stated in your program, a photo will be taken of each graduate on the platform, and beginning November 8th, the graduates will be able to download a print quality photo on the graduation website. Also, the ceremony is being live streamed and is being broadcast at umb.ca/graduation/convocation. In the unlikely event of an emergency evacuation, our ushers, who are located at the top of all of the rows and in red UNB polo shirts, will direct you where to go. We're not anticipating this to happen. And finally, UNB frames will be sold immediately after the ceremony in the foyer of this building. That's it. Thanks.
Plissime Cancelleri, Placetni tibi ut officium incipiat.
Plaquette.
Please remain standing for the prayer of invocation given by the Reverend Ali Annexon, UNB's chaplain.
Thank you, Dr. Campbell. And peace to you all on this beautiful afternoon. As we come here today, we acknowledge that we are stepping away from an ordinary autumn day into a special time of celebration. Recognizing that we all have different understandings of spirituality and the divine, I would like to offer some words that I hope will help each of us to quiet our minds and to open our hearts to what this day has to offer. So let us center ourselves now. Source of life, known to us in infinite ways, we seek to find your presence in this gathering. May we hear wisdom echoed in the words of our speakers and honored guests. May we feel joy as each graduate steps across the platform. May we find hope as our minds wander toward the future. Holy One, let us be filled with gratitude for the experiences we have had here, for knowledge gained, for ways we have grown personally, for educators, staff, family, and friends who have supported us and will continue to encourage us on our journeys. On this day of transition, let us go forth with courage to follow paths before us, walking with confidence and authenticity. We know that we do not go alone. Amen.
Please be seated. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the University of New Brunswick's 63rd Convocation at the Fredericton campus. My name is Eddie Campbell. I am UNB's President and Vice Chancellor. I'll take a moment here at the beginning of our ceremony to recognize that our university sits on traditional Wolastoqey territory. The mighty river that runs just down the river valley by us, the St. John River, is also known as the Wolastoq, along which lived the Wolastoqey, the people of the beautiful and bountiful river. And we will now call upon UNB alumna and knowledge keeper Ramona Nicholas to deliver a Wolastoqey Maliseet welcome. Ramona.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm here to take Imelda Purley's place here today to sing the Wolastoq song. And I just wanted to say thank you for the invitation and to thank Imelda for acknowledging and also inviting me. It was a year ago today that I was walking across the stage, so it is truly an honor to be here to sing tonight. Or this afternoon. And this is the Wolastoq song. It was a song that was translated by Elder Gwen Bear, who was elder in residence here at UNB before she passed away. Wolastoq Bamalagweg, Ahachide Bamigu, Wolastoq Bamalagweg, Zupeg Elmiad, Niguas Amipin, Wazi Zijni Laskamiu, Ni Woolastook is flowing, flowing and growing. Woolastook is flowing down to the sea. Mother, carry me, a child I will always be. Mother, carry me, a child I will always be. Woolastook bamalagweg, aha chide bamigu. Woolastook o malagweg, zubegel miar. Niguas bamiphin, wazis ichnileskamil. Niguas bamiphin, wazis ichnileskamil. Leewin.
Unfortunately, Ramona is unable to join us for the rest of our ceremony, but thank you very much, Ramona. I'm now pleased to call upon our Chancellor, Dr. Alison McCain, to deliver the welcome address to our about-to-be new graduates. Alison.
Members of the Board of Governors, Mr. President, honorary degree recipient, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the reason we're here today, graduates. As President Campbell has said on many occasions, something like 50% of today's graduating class is the first in their family to attend university. So welcome and congratulations. It is also notable that you're graduating during Canada's 150th anniversary of Confederation. I'd also add to that at Confederation, UNB was 82 years old. Our world today is acquiring new knowledge faster than ever before and is creating some fundamental change in the way many things are done in our society today. However, during your time at UNB, you've acquired new knowledge and skills. You have, I suspect, matured as an individual, and you've developed new leadership skills that will serve you well in tomorrow's world. Most importantly, I hope that you have developed a genuine curiosity about people, places, and about how things might be made better. Graduates, I'd suggest you need to be engaged, to take control of the process, and to help create the kind of society we want to be. It is your time to step on stage. Simply put, I'd suggest, make the world a better place. Please. But regardless of how much success you have in doing that, I can tell you that at the conclusion of today's ceremony, we will be proud to call you alumni of UNB. You add to our reputation as an academic institution. So welcome.
Thank you, Chancellor McCain. I would now like to draw your attention to the medals and prizes on page 10 of the program. The medals listed as for presentation will be presented at today's ceremony. On behalf of the university, I want to congratulate all of the recipients, and let me express our hope and our expectation that you will maintain the high standards that you have demonstrated in qualifying for these awards throughout the remainder of your lives. We'll now call upon our Vice President Academic for the Fredericton campus, Dr. George McLean, to announce the recipients of the Governor General's Gold Medal and the Lieutenant Governor of New Brunswick's Silver Medal in Education. George.
Thank you.
The Governor General's academic medals were created in 1873 to encourage academic excellence across the nation. Over the years, they have become the most prestigious awards students in Canadian schools can receive. This afternoon, we will announce the recipient of the award representing the highest level of achievement, the Governor General's Gold Medal for Academic Excellence in Graduate Studies. All students completing a master's thesis or report or a doctoral program at UNB in any given year are eligible to be considered for the award. I am pleased to announce that the recipient of the Governor General's Gold Medal for 2017 is Elizabeth Ashley Joyce for her dissertation, The Resurgence of the Gothic in Late 20th, Early 21st Century British Trauma Fiction. Ms. Joyce will receive her PhD in English at today's ceremony. Ms. Joyce, soon to be Dr. Joyce, would you please come to the dais to accept your award? Through the generosity of Her Honor, the Lieutenant Governor, a silver medal is awarded to an outstanding graduating student in each of the faculties on the Fredericton campus. The Medal for Education is awarded at fall convocation. I am pleased to announce that the recipient of the Lieutenant Governor's Silver Medal in Education is Natasha Quiring. Ms. Quiring, could you please come onto the dais to receive your medal from the Chancellor?
Vital to our success as a university is the high quality of our teaching, and we are proud to recognize those who excel at this most important task. I'd like to call on, once again upon Dr. McLean to introduce the recipients of the Dr. Alan P. Stewart Memorial Award for Excellence in Teaching.
The Dr. Alan P. Stewart Memorial Award for Excellence in Teaching was established by the University Senate in 1972 to recognize teaching excellence on the part of some of the many teachers of whom this university is very proud. Each year, a committee of Senate composed of faculty and students selects the recipients of this award from nominations made primarily by students. For 2017, the Dr. Alan P. Stewart Memorial Award for Excellence in Teaching is being presented to two outstanding teachers. I would ask that each recipient come to the front of the platform when your name is called. Dr. Catherine Barclay. I would now ask Thomas Walsh, a third-year nursing undergraduate and one of Dr. Barclay's students, to come to the platform and read Dr. Barclay's citation.
Excuse me. Dr. Barclay is an Assistant Dean of Science and Senior Teaching Associate in the Department of Biology, but to her students and colleagues, she is much more. She is consistently engaged with her students, places high value on student understanding, and spends time updating course material and teaching methods to best suit her students. She is a sought-after mentor to colleagues, PAL leaders, honor students, and teaching associates. Dr. Barclay is dedicated and passionate about her work and is able to inspire students to learn. She teaches large classes across 3 faculties and has consistently had excellent reviews from her students. Despite teaching such large classes, Dr. Barclay makes an effort to get to know each one of her students. going above and beyond by meeting with her students in her office and attending her labs that are run by very capable TAs. Dr. Barclay is a perfect example of how one can transform a traditional lecture-style classroom into a student-centered learning environment. She posts the entire course notes at the beginning of the term, allowing students to follow along in class without the pressure of having to write everything down. Students with different learning styles are able to learn from her through diagrams, flowcharts, summaries, and the relevant real-world examples used to promote understanding and to encourage discussion. Dr. Barclay encourages student participation in her classroom by incorporating information relevant to her students' future careers. Her passion and excitement for every topic she teaches inspires her students to work hard, take an active role in class, and further their learning about the human body. As she says, we all have one, so you might as well get to know how it works. Dr. Barclay has been nominated by numerous students over the years and is a very deserving recipient of the Alan P. Stewart Memorial Award for Excellence in Teaching. Congratulations, Dr. Barclay.
Dr. Valerie Reeves. Emily Seeley, a second-year undergraduate in our Bachelor of Science program and one of Dr. Reeves' students, will read her citation. Ms. Seeley, would you please come to the platform?
Dr. Valerie Reeves joined the Department of Chemistry as an instructor in 2003. Her passion for and dedication to teaching led to a redevelopment of first-year chemistry requirements to better align with students in every faculty. Dr. Reeves, or Val as most of us know her, is renowned as an outstanding educator and as an inspiring and caring instructor. She received the UNB Student Union Teaching Excellence Award in 2015. As an effective teacher, As an effective teacher, Val places herself squarely in the shoes of the students, recalling what it was like to be in their position and what they need for academic success. She also cares about their well-being and strives to create a safe, friendly, and positive learning environment where students feel safe interacting in class and seeking help. She looks for her students' full potential and makes herself available outside of class to talk about material they may be having trouble with. Val is dynamic and enthusiastic and shares her passion for chemistry with all students. She encourages students to consider the science of chemistry and also its applications beyond the classroom into everyday life and the world at large. She shares the possibility that studying chemistry provides so that students learn how to apply their knowledge and understanding of how the knowledge and the applicable skills they are learning could lead to careers involving chemistry. Val's dedication to students and her passion for teaching is also admired by her colleagues. Her commitment to ensuring students learn and succeed in a challenging field of study is an inspiration to all. It is clear that students admire and appreciate Val's energy and efforts towards their success. Here's some of what they have said about her. I would take another class with her any day. If I could rate her higher than 100%, I would. She is awesome. Amazing prof. I wish I had the opportunity to take more classes with her. It is an honor and privilege to be her student, and she is the most deserving of the Alan P. Student Award for Excellence in Teaching. Congratulations, Dr. Reeves.
Congratulations, Drs. Barclay and Reeves. At this time, we will confer the honorary rank of Professor Emerita. The candidate will be presented by Dr. McLean.
The Professor Emeritus designation is awarded only to retired faculty members. Criteria for the honorary rank include teaching performance of exceptional merit, extensive research, publication of unusually high quality, creative contributions to the administration and development of the university, and a record of professional conduct that indicates fair and ethical treatment of students and other members of the academic community. Candidates must be approved by the university's Board of Governors. I invite Dr. Diana Austin to please stand and be recognized. Dr. John Ball, chair of our English department, will read Dr. Austin's citation.
Dr. Diana Austin, to be Professor Emerita in English. Dr. Diana Austin retired in 2016 after 33 years in the English department. During this time, she became one of UNB's most distinguished teachers. She won numerous teaching awards, beginning with the Arts Faculty Award for Excellence in Teaching and the university-wide Dr. Alan P. Stewart Award, before being named a University Teaching Scholar. Subsequently, she won the Association of Atlantic Universities Distinguished Teaching Award, and her crowning achievement was a 3M National Teaching Fellowship, Canada's highest teaching honor. Her reputation as a fair, patient, and energetic but also demanding teacher attracted generations of students whose high opinion of Dr. Austin's teaching led to her being profiled in Maclean's magazine. Dr. Austin taught at all levels, from large first-year courses to honors and graduate seminars, especially on 20th century British literature and her research area of women in World War I literature. She supervised 10 graduate theses, including this year's Governor General's Gold Medal winner, and helped many students become successful teachers themselves. She piloted the department's teaching apprenticeship for PhD students, which other departments have emulated, and we continue to practice ourselves. She became a sought-after speaker, and colleagues across campus have adopted her teaching aids and strategies after attending her presentations and workshops. Dr. Austin was a tireless leader in pushing UNB toward greater accessibility. As Associate Dean of Arts in the 1990s, long before her own mobility became limited, she spearheaded efforts to make campus more wheelchair-friendly and to support visually impaired students. Later, her advocacy led to the installation of an elevator in Carleton Hall, which is now accessible to all. Professor Austin's commitment to teaching and learning throughout her career was exemplary and continues to be an inspiration. She is most deserving of the honor of Professor Emerita at the University of New Brunswick.
Insignissime praesis, applissime cancelleri toto universitas, commendo vobis Dianae Austin ute confederatis honoris causa professoras emeritae in hac universitate.
Ego confero vobis Diana Austin ab emerito huc universitati Dio et insignitur explita et titulum ac statum professoris emeritae in universitati Novi Brunswicki. At this time, we will proceed to the conferring of an honorary degree. The recipient will be presented by our orator, Dr. Gwendolyn Davies.
Francis Maguire to be Doctor of Letters honoris causa. Someone once praised Francis Maguire for being infinitely curious, for always seeking to understand how things unfold. That drive for knowledge, for answers, for strategizing, for getting results, has opened doors for him in a career that has spanned over 30 years and that continues today in Prime Minister Trudeau's recent appointment of him as President and Deputy Minister of the Atlantic Canada Opportunities Agency. In a June 2, 2017 CBC interview on Maguire's new position, Dr. Donald Savoy, Canada Research Chair of Public Administration and Governance at the University de Moncton, noted that there could be no better person than Francis Maguire to assume the role of President of ACOA. He's got a ton of energy, noted Dr. Savoy. He knows the region extremely well. The private sector knows him. Government knows him. He's served in government as well. So frankly, I couldn't think of a better appointment, he says. With an aging population and slow economic growth in the Atlantic region, added Savoy, it will be good to have someone of Dr. Maguire's track record, business-wise, at the helm of ACOA. Maguire's road to success outlined by Savoy, education has always played an important role. Francis Maguire holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from Dalhousie University, a diploma in European politics from France's Institut d'études politiques de Paris, and a master's degree from the School of Advanced International Studies at Johns Hopkins University in Washington, D.C. He has also completed the management training program at the University of Western Ontario School of Business Administration and studied marketing management at Queen's University. Yet in the midst of acquiring academic professional knowledge, he has always recognized what his arts degree taught him, the importance of being able to convey that expertise on a broader level. And I quote him here, "The stock exchange," he noted in the business section of the Globe and Mail in 2012, "is all theater and poetry. It's communication. In going public, the first thing you need is a story. And if you don't have a story, don't go," end of quote. Between 1985 and 1997, Mr. Maguire served in Premier Frank McKenna's administration as Deputy Minister of Economic Development and Tourism and the leader of the province's Information Highway Secretariat. In this period, he was a key member of the Economic Development team, responsible for, among other things, growing the contact center industry, which now supports over 25,000 jobs in New Brunswick. From 1998 to 2000, Mr. Maguire was Vice President of Marketing and Business Development of MITI Information Technology, Inc., recognized in 1999 as one of Atlantic Canada's fastest-growing companies. And between 2000 and 2015, he was the President and CEO of Major Drilling Group International, Inc., an international company run out of Moncton that, to quote the Globe and Mail, operates with an annual revenue of about $700 million and seeks to dominate the international market for tough drilling jobs on mountaintops, in frigid weather, and wherever things get dicey. Serving as a sometime director on boards ranging from Major Drilling, Industrial Alliance Insurance, the Shaw Group, Populous, NB Power, which he chaired, and the MB Business Council, Mr. Maguire has also been a dedicated chair of the Management Committee of UNB's Wallace McCain Institute, assisting successful entrepreneurs accelerate the growth of their companies. In this capacity, he not only leads the board's strategic direction, but has also been a generous personal and financial donor to the Institute's programming and business dissemination. named by Atlantic Business Magazine Atlantic Canada's CEO of the Year in 2008, inducted into the New Brunswick Business Hall of Fame in 2012, and proclaimed by Ernst & Young the Atlantic Entrepreneur of the Year in 2013. His knowledge, passion, and commitment to growing New Brunswick is, in the words of one of his former colleagues, second to none. It is therefore with great pleasure that the University of New Brunswick now bestows upon Francis Maguire the degree of Doctor of Letters honoris causa. Insignissimi praeses, amplissime cancellari, tota universitas, presento vobis ut habitator Franciscam Maguire, honoris causa, ad gradum doctoris in litteris in ac universitate.
Ego admitto te, Franciscam Maguire, honoris causa ad gradum doctoris in litteris in Universitate Novi Brunswicki. It is now my privilege and a great pleasure to invite Dr. Francis Maguire to address this convocation. Francis.
Thank you very much. As you can see, I held a lots of jobs. That's probably because I got fired a couple of times. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, graduates especially, members of the faculty, all people here, I actually had a speech ready, and I told myself, one, don't be too long, because these guys got to graduate and get out of here. Two, don't use too many cliches, and I'm going to use one or two. And three, try to say something intelligent, and that's kind of tough. And actually, I wrote a little thing, and I looked at my notes, said, I fail in all of those. So this morning, I kind of rewrote it real quick. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about that. But the first thing, I had a lot of friends that say, listen, there's a couple of things you got to remember. And I said, well, what's that? I said, well, first, you got to thank the university. I said, oh, yeah, that's true. So, university, I really am flattered. Thank you. That's for all the university. And the second thing, I got to thank my family and friends for the support through a number of years. So, Beth, thank you. Friends, thank you very much. So this way, I haven't forgotten. So let me talk a little bit about the things I do want to say. First, I'm looking at the people in this room, and I'm saying there's two groups in here. Half the group, maybe half, actually knows what they're going to do with their lives and have a straightforward line saying, this is how I'm going to go forward. Then there's the other half that are scared to death because they have no idea what they're going to do on Monday morning. I just want you to know I was in that second group. I had no idea what I was going to do, and I just kind of fumbled from one thing to another and kept on going. But a couple of people said a few things about me, and I actually have to give this to you as advice, is that I am really curious. And curiosity is really what should drive your lives, and especially your careers. So don't think of money. Think of what really is interesting. I actually started university taking biology and realized that I hated it. And so I stumbled into a little bit of theater, a little bit of linguistics, a little bit of poli-sci, and actually had to beg them to give me a degree so I could get out. And they did that, so that was nice. And I ended up in France mainly because somebody said, you can go to France, and I thought, well, that would be interesting. And the next thing I know, somebody said, well, you can go to the U.S., and that was in the midst of the end of the Watergate hearings, in the midst of the Vietnam War and the end of the Vietnam War. So what better place than to be in Washington, because I don't know what I'm going to do there, but be curious and get in there. So really think about the things you're going to do as you go forward, and be curious. When you get involved in anything, whether it's teaching and others, I'm one of these kids that goes to Disneyland and wonder, how did Mickey Mouse get here? And gee, I don't care about the rides, but why did they put that store here? There's got to be a reason. And I learned a heck of a lot about retail just by looking around and paying attention. And curiosity drives things. So please, in your lives, in your careers, think about that before anything else. Money is important, success is important, but if you're not curious, it's going to be a tough grind. If you're curious, you're going to love what you end up doing. So let that go. The other thing that Allison meant, too, is the next step of next to curiosity is engagement. Get involved. It really is important to actually get out there, meet people and others. And a big part of engagement is not only going out and doing things, a big part of engagement is actually going out and watching and listening and looking at people. The biggest part of leadership is not how well you lead, it's how well you listen and how well you react. But engagement also takes you to the next step about responsibility. Sometimes you have to do things that are no fun because everybody's got some drudgery. You got to pay your dues. It's just the way it goes. But a lot of this engagement actually takes you to thinking about what I can do personally. I always say to people, that's a nice idea, but you tell me what you're going to do Monday morning about this. I don't want to hear about you're going to do this in 2 months and 3 months, etc. But each one of you, when you look at something, see something that you'd like to move forward, like to see change, etc., intelligently ask yourselves, not what I'm going to do 2 weeks from now, 4 years from now, etc. What am I going to do Monday morning? You'd be surprised how 90% of people I meet can't answer that, don't know what they're going to do Monday morning, and don't progress. So please, as you think about engagement, think about, what do I do Monday morning when I wake up? And part of that will bring you to something that's important in terms of your own self-satisfaction. By acting, by being involved, you actually get a sense of being significant. And it's a funny little word, and they use curiosity and engagement, so thanks, guys, for using my speech. It's kind of tough. But think also about who you are in terms of significance. If your life is going to be worthwhile, you need to be significant in some way. It can be small ways. Life is usually made out of a lot of really small little good things, etc., all lined up like a brick wall, brick after brick after brick. But if you can be significant, sometimes by the smallest things, being polite to somebody and actually opening a door for somebody can give somebody just a little bit of happiness. I was at a restaurant yesterday, and the waitress had beautiful brown eyes. And I said, geez, maybe I shouldn't say that because, these days this is, but I said, what the heck, I'm going to tell her. And she said, this is great. That has just made my day. And I said, there's something that made me feel significant. Somebody said something nice about somebody that did a good job and happened to have beautiful black eyes. But these are the things that count. So the other element in engagement is passion. If you don't have a degree of passion, then you're doing the wrong thing. You have the courage to change and go do something else. As you can see through my career, I had to do other things many, many times, often starting at the bottom. But twice in my career, I found myself in a situation where I really didn't like what I was doing. And it does take some courage and some planning to think, right, if I don't like this, then go do something else, find something. Be passionate about what you do. And so this is where I changed my speech. I was going to give you a bunch of stuff around that. But there's one thing I have been passionate, and a piece of advice I want to give you for your careers in terms of what is changing in Atlantic Canada today. I thought I was relatively plugged in terms of what was happening in our economy. And in the last 4 months, I've certainly learned much, much more, and I'm much more aware of how profoundly things have changed. So for all the old people in the audience, that's not you grads, by the way, all the old people in the audience, you keep on thinking of Atlantic Canada as a backward place and a place where unemployment prevails. I can tell you today, the unemployment problem is finished. There are tons and tons of really fantastic jobs that employers can't fill. And if you wonder, I see already a couple of people saying, is this guy crazy? I'm not crazy. I'm actually really understand this. Do you think JDI is putting these big posters out there saying, I'll give you an MBA, I'll let you stay here, we have careers, etc.? Do you think they're doing that just because they're nice people? JDI is looking for 3,000 people in New Brunswick alone. They're looking for 2,800 people in Nova Scotia. At the Business Council 5 years ago, every single big employer, Bell, others are saying, you know, our biggest challenge is we cannot find people. So you actually are pretty lucky because you're going into a great wave of in the labor market. You will be in demand, teachers will, everybody will. But there's also something else happening. In reaction to all this, employers are totally changing how they look at things. We've had employers, certainly in my day, et cetera, everybody thought if I'm going to expand, do something, and grow, I'm just going to hire some more people, and that'll be it. Today, they can't. And so now they're buying robots, they're using artificial intelligence, they're using all kinds of things. 50% of everything we do at ACOA today is helping people buy robots, buying technology, moving forward, finding a way to be more capital intensive, and more importantly for you, more knowledge intensive. And employers now are finally, and this is a dramatic change. I can't tell you how significant it is and how widespread. In fact, government policy hasn't caught up to that way of thinking. And they are using this technology, and whether you're a teacher, an engineer out there, a biologist, a chemist, you will see more change in the next 5 years than you've ever seen. You will become these knowledge workers. In the U.S., in the last recovery from the recession in 2009, 8.7 million jobs were created. 80,000 of those were low-skilled. That means 8.6 million jobs were created for community college grads and university grads. So this is the future you're going into. Technology will pervade everything you do. You will have to be curious about it. You're going to have to get engaged about it. You're going to be users of it. And it's also going to be, you're going to be, in the retail world and others, you're going to be subject to how that happens. So for all of you, you may not know it, and you may be like I was when I graduated, scared to death because I had no idea what was going to happen to me. But I want to encourage you, you are going into, in Atlantic Canada, a place where there are fantastic jobs. Just to give you a little sense, because people forget, in cybersecurity. So anybody here has had their credit card abused. Cybersecurity is a big deal. Well, do you know that IBM's global practice for cybersecurity that leads everything in the world for IBM is based here in Fredericton? And they are just dying to find people. They are short of people, etc. There are all kinds of things happening in that stuff. And it's places for salespeople. There are places for technologists, biologists, etc. We have leading companies. Remsoft is in the forestry industry, the leader in the world. And they're based here in Fredericton, New Brunswick. So there are all kinds of things, and one of the things that I think we haven't really caught up is how do employers have these great jobs? By the way, Allison would love good salespeople. He loves to get out there, et cetera. It's a great place to work. So there are tons of places, and I want to encourage you to, for some of you to move away, sure. I left for my first, after I graduated for 12 years, but came back here. But this is the best time to be in Atlantic Canada, the best time to graduate from UNB. Thank you very much, and lots of good luck.
Thank you, Francis. Good words of advice. I hope you remember them. We will now proceed to the conferring of degrees in course. On behalf of our university, I want to extend to all of you who will graduate here today our very warmest congratulations. When you first came here as a student, you became a member of the UNB family. Today, this family, your family, have gathered around you. We are made up of support staff, professors, colleagues, alumni, your friends, administrators, to share in your pride in having reached this important milestone, to recognize your hard work and the sacrifices you made to get here, and to wish you every success and happiness in the future. We hope that you will always value what you have learned here, and that you will forever remember your alma mater with great affection and fondness. We will begin with the bachelor's degrees, followed by the master's and doctoral degrees. Candidates for the bachelor's degrees will be presented by the University Orator.
The bachelor's degrees of Arts, Applied Arts, Science, Science in Engineering, Science in Forestry, Science in Environment and Natural Resources, Business Administration, Science in Kinesiology, Recreation and Sports Studies, Nursing, Computer Science, Information Systems, Science in Software Engineering, Education, Philosophy, and Integrated Studies. Candidates will remain seated for the supplication. Insignissimi praeses, amplissime cancellari, supplicant senatui et vic venerabili collegio gubernatorum, e baccalaureus vel scholares in facultate artium, in facultate scientiae, in facultate ingenieria, in facultate silviculturae et rerum naturalium curandarum, in facultate administrationis rerum negotiarum, in facultate kinesiologica, in facultate nutrici, in facultate rerum computandarum, in facultate educationis, in collegium restaurationis, quorum nomina et studia iam riti cognita sunt et promulgata, ut admitantur et proprium baccalauri gradum in sua quisque facultate.
Placetni vobis senatoris, placetni gubernatoris, uti supplicatoris admitantur.
The supplicants for the bachelor's degrees will now stand for presentation by the orator and admission by the president. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellari, tota universitas, praesento vobis hosce supplicatoris in supra dictis facultatibus, ut admitantur et proprium baccalauri gradum in sua quisque facultate, testorco ilios, coed omnia quae statuta nostra requirent, aptos et idonios esse.
Ego adminto vos ad gradum baccalaureae in Universitati Novi Brunswicki.
You will now proceed in your assigned order onto the dais for individual acceptance. The Associate Dean of Arts, Dr. Carmen Poulin, will present the Bachelor of Arts diplomas. Bachelor of Arts with honors, first class honors, Jeremiah David Larmer. Leah Kadiga Meyer. Bachelor of Arts, Adetokunbo A. Akinyemi. Gary William Beatty. Ryan Michael Kane. Jacob Tyler Delaney. Emma Marie Dempsey. Haley Alexandra Dickinson. Richard Harmon Eastwood. Julia Pauls. Amy Dawn Pickard. Bachelor of Applied Arts, Hilary April Florence Parley. Jeremiah Franz Wiebe. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Arts degrees. The Dean of Science, Dr. Gary Saunders, will present the science diplomas. Bachelor of Science with Honors, Melissa Leanne McDonald. Bachelor of Science, First Division, Misha Marie Giesen. Bachelor of Science, Olivia Deborah Stewart. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Science degrees. The Dean of Engineering, Chris Dudek, will present the engineering diplomas. Bachelor of Science in Engineering, First Division, Joshua Keith Finley. Susan Amanda Smith. Bachelor of Science in Engineering, Joshua John McEachern Cameron. James Eric McMurtry. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Engineering degrees. Thomas Subramaniam. The Dean of Forestry and Environmental Management, Ted Needham, will present the Forestry and Environmental Management. Bachelor of Science in Forestry, Megan Lindsay Fullerton. Bachelor of Science in Environmental and Natural Resources, Sarah Lois Jardine. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Forestry and Environmental Management degrees. The Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs, Stephen Grant, will present the Business Administration. Bachelor of Business Administration, First Class Honors, Mohammed Obed Al-Bulawi. Johel Fan. Fadi Nagati. Bachelor of Business Administration Honors, Alexander Michael King. Lama Khaled Mashet. Bachelor of Business Administration, First Division, Shantila Veronica Luby. Bachelor of Business Administration, Hushang Ahadi. Jamie Taylor Benoit. Sean Connor Blanchard. Zachary Michael Forrest. Serge Andre Godet. William Patrick Legier. Tenchen Liu. Shin Ma. Riley Morgan Stratton. Shuang Wang. Hong Wei Wei. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Business Administration degrees. The Dean of Kinesiology, Dr. Wayne Albert, will present the Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology and Bachelor of Science in Kinesiology First Division. Hilary Lynn Pino. Bachelor of Recreation and Sports Studies diplomas, Thomas Owen Brooks. Chrissy Lynn Farrell. Maggie Jo Angela McCarthy. Alexi Lee Noble. Victoria Elizabeth Oikel. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Kinesiology and Recreational Sports Studies degrees. The Dean of Nursing, Dr. Patricia Seaman, will present the nursing diplomas. Bachelor of Nursing, First Division, Kelsey Brian. Hannah Louise Hamilton. Melissa Mary McGuire. Lauren Ashley Moffett. Agnes Wengali. Allison Nellie Pickard. Bachelor of Nursing, Justin David Clark. Jareen Elsa Eisenhower. Thomas Paul David LeGraley. Kendra Lee Tina Niles. Samantha Elizabeth Peterson. Amanda J. Sabatis. James Thomas Smith. Christine Elizabeth Stewart. Destiny Marie Turnbull Sabatis. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Nursing degrees. The Dean of Computer Science, Dr. Luigi Beneticenti, will present the Computer Science, Information System, and Software Engineering diplomas. Bachelor of Computer Science, First Division, Alexander Andrew McAllister. Dominique Freeman Schroer. Bachelor of Computer Science, Daniel Sebastian Andrews. Brett Stephen McMullen. Avneet Singh. Alexander Lyle Story. Fatima Tyrici. Christopher Aaron Wilmot. Bachelor of Science in Software Engineering, Daniel Alexander Orozco. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Computer Science degrees, Information System Software. The Dean of Education, Dr. Kathy Winslow, will present the education diplomas. Bachelor of Education with Distinction, Chelsea Lynn Collette. Carrie Lauren Gray. William Alexander Green. Crystal Lee LeBlanc. Stephanie Ann Therese Mackey. Kimberly Ann Moyer. Natalie Lynn Munn. Laura Danielle Quigg. Natasha Carol Quiring. Bachelor of Education, First Division, Jonathan Rollins Tower. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Education degrees. The Dean of Renaissance College, Dr. Cynthia Stacy, will present the Bachelor of Philosophy and the Bachelor of Integrated Studies diplomas. Bachelor of Philosophy, First Division, Travis Alexander Daly. Haley Marion McLean. Bachelor of Integrated Studies, First Division, Gladys Barbara Lacey House. This concludes the granting of the Bachelor of Philosophy and Integrated Studies degrees.
Let's have a big round of applause for all those who achieved their bachelor's degrees here today. We will now confer the master's degrees in course. The candidates will now be presented by the Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. Drew Rendell.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to present the candidates for master's degrees. Today we'll be awarding degrees in the following disciplines: arts, philosophy and policy studies, science, science in engineering, engineering, science in forestry, forestry, environmental management, computer science by coursework, education, arts in sport and recreation studies, science in exercise and sports science, business administration, nursing, applied health services research, and interdisciplinary studies. Candidates will remain seated for the supplication. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, supplicant senatui, et vic venerabile collegio gubernatorum i baculaure vel scholars, in facultate artium, in facultate scientiae, in facultate ingegneria, in facultate silviculturae et rerum naturalem curandarum, in facultate rerum computandarum, in facultate educationes, in facultate kinesiologiae, in facultate administrationes rerum negotiosarum, in facultate nutriciae, quorum nomina ac studia iam rite cognita sunt et promulgate, ut admittantur ad proprium magiste gradum in sua quisque facultate.
Placeti vobis senatoris, placeti gubernatoris, ut hi supplicatoris admittantur.
The Supplicants for the aforesaid master's degrees will now please stand for presentation and admission by the President. Insignissime praeses, amplissime cancellare, tota universitas, praesento ovas hosce supplicatores in supradictus facultatibus, ut admittentur ad proprium magistri gradum in sua quisque facultate, testorque illos quae omnia quae statuta nostra recurrent aptos ed idoneos esse.
Ego admitto vos ad gradum magistri in Universitati Neue Brunswicki.
You will now proceed in your assigned order onto the dais for individual acceptance. The Associate Dean of Graduate Studies, Dr. John Kershaw, will present the master's diplomas. For the degree of Master of Arts, Jenna Lynn Marie Albert. Grace Dominica Anier. Julia Burana. Ryan Anthony Gallo. Victor Gattalo. Shaolin Guo. Derek Luke Mikola. Ayesha Marie Noel. Brandy Lee Riddick. Zachary Tingley. For the degree of Master of Philosophy and Policy Studies, Christopher Thomas George. For the degree of Master of Science, Mark Daniel Gautreau. Martin Barassa Maniafu. For the degree of Master of Science in Engineering, Michael Ezat Salib Hanna. Manalaus Katsularis. Junha Lee. Jordan Alexander Lyons. Ryan Gregory May. Arnaldo Jose Pais Villanueva. Andrés Fernando Rosero Monge. For the degree of Master of Engineering, Ya Obeng Adams Adansi. Thomas Moore Mackenzie Bird. Vikramaditya Devagutaptu. Casey Nolan Glennon. Stuart William Hillhouse. Jordan Alexander Scott Kenny. Jonathan Kuma. Daniel Parr Larson. James Opong. Lisa Patricia Pfister. Joshua Joseph White. For the degree of Master of Science in Forestry, Christian Kwaku Akpanya. Justin Thomas Buzanson Bayat. Benjamin Gregory Wallace. For the degree of Master of Forestry, Xianxian Shen. For the degree of Master of Environmental Management, April Margaret Connolly. For the degree of Master of Computer Science, Rizwan Ali. Milton Alfred Raymond King. Priyal Nagra. Maria Patru. For the degree of Master of Computer Science by coursework, Manoj Karthi Asokan. Rupendra Singh. For the degree of Master of Education, Elizabeth Charlotte Andrews. Ashley Armstrong. Carolyn Beers. Jody Renee Black. Diana Martine Dawes. Francine Grace Didem. Erin Elizabeth Drum. Valerie Sue Durbin. Dawn Marie Grabowski. Stephanie Laura Henry. Holly Lynn Jones. Melissa Lease Judson. Stuart Michael Kearney. Elizabeth Kearney Stacy. Lisa Kennedy. David Kirk McDonald. Robin Alfred Martin. Michael Jonathan Mason. Elizabeth Irene McCabe. Sean Hugh Andrew Morris. Ryan Burton O'Shea. Andrea Osborne Patterson. Laura Lee Ann Perry. Hope Allison Price. Christy Dawn Scott. Leah Marie Sheen. David Thomas Shields. Timothy William Sullivan. Jessica Maud Taplin. Thomas George Trevor. Maxine Sabrina Ward. Deanna Beth Whalen.
I read your thesis.
For the degree of Master of Science in Exercise and Sports Science, Michael Thomas Tabor. For the degree of Master of Nursing, Patricia Marie Can. Michael Andrew Clark. Holly Ray LeBlanc. Heather Lynn McQuinn. Amy Dawn Reed. Gloria Iris Smith.
Let's have a round of applause for all those who received their master's degrees here today. We will now confer the degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. The candidates will be presented by Dr. Rendell.
It's a special pleasure to present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, the highest degree awarded at a university. I'd ask the candidates please to stand for the supplication. Insignissime praesis, amplissime cancellare, supplicant senatui et vic honorabile collegio gubernatorem. Saleh Musa al-Zarani, mathematics. William Frederick Amos Anderson, forestry. Catherine Elizabeth Asher, sociology. Michael Alexander Briggs, chemical engineering. Frida Marion Burdett, clinical psychology. Karma Diema, education studies. Aaron John DeRoche, geology. Warna Susan Downey, geology. Julie Catherine Elizabeth Easley, interdisciplinary studies. Miranda Karen Fudge, clinical psychology. Ayalu Legacy Gebru, geology. Keith Shepard Grant, history. Danielle Carla Hogan, interdisciplinary studies. Yong Jin, computer science. Elizabeth Ashley Joyce, English. Jin Hong Kim, forestry. Hugh Anthony Leonard, education studies. Ming Lee, chemical engineering. Corey Robert Marshall, mechanical engineering. Hikem Mazawi, physics. Rakesh Kumar Mishra, geomatics engineering. Faru Motasemi, mechanical engineering. Mahdi Nurian, computer science. Olga Yurivna Palachenko, chemical engineering. Andre Lucien Pelletier, chemical engineering. Marius Ratke, chemistry. Kurt Michael Samways, biology. Amanda Marie Savoy, biology. Syed Majid Sharif Agefi, chemical engineering. Shiji Shu, computer science. Bing Yang, computer science. Kyle Wolford Zelmer, sociology. Magistri vel baculauri ut admintantur ad gradum philosophiae doctoris.
Placeti vobis senatoris, placeti gubernatoris, uti supplicatoris admitantur.
The candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy will now take a step forward and stand before the dais for the admission. Insignissime praesis, amplissime cancellare, tota universitas, praesento vobis osce supplicatores, ut admintantur ad gradum philosophiae doctores, testorque illos, quod omnia quae statuta nostra requirant, aptos et idoneos esse.
Ego admitto vos ad gradum philosophiae doctoris in universitati Novi Brunswick.
You will now proceed in your assigned order onto the stage for individual acceptance. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Forestry, William Frederick Amos Anderson, for a thesis entitled How Scientists and Scientific Information Influence Public Forest Policy. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology, Catherine Elizabeth Asher, for a thesis entitled, Is the Perfect the Enemy of the Good? The Role of Dietary Choices, Perceptions, and Experiences in Meat Consumption Patterns in the United States. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, Michael Alexander Briggs, for a thesis entitled An Investigation of Iron Concentration Effects and Modeling of Flow-Accelerated Corrosion. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology, Frida Marion Burdett, for a thesis entitled When Practices Embody Sexism, the Experience of Ontario Women Correctional Officers. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Education Studies, Carmen Dima, for a dissertation entitled Exploring the Experiences of Female Education Leaders in Bhutan, a Narrative Inquiry-Based Approach. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Geology, Warna Suzanne Downey, for a thesis entitled The Fluid Dynamic and Thermophysical Constraints on Pepperite Formation in the Vibrational Liquefaction Model. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies, Julie Catherine Elizabeth Easley, for a dissertation entitled Self-Disclosure, Self-Identity, and Illness Centrality After Cancer, the Experiences of Young Adult Cancer Survivors. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Clinical Psychology, Miranda Karen Fudge, for a dissertation entitled Women's Genital Self-Perceptions, the Good, the Bad, and the Discordant. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Geology, Ayalu Legacy Gebru, for a thesis entitled Petrogenesis of Granitoids in the vicinity of the Maktung Tungsten Skarn Deposit, Northeast Yukon, Northwest Territories, characterization of skarn mineralization causative plutons through geological, petrochemical, mineralogical, and geochronological analysis. Took me a while to get going, but I got up to speed. Keith Shepard Grant, to be Doctor of Philosophy in History, for a thesis entitled Enthusiasm and Loyalty, Emotions, Religion, and Society in British North America. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Interdisciplinary Studies, Danielle Carla Hogan, for a thesis entitled Just Making It, the Stain of Femme Affect on Fiber in Art. To be Doctor of Philosophy in English, Elizabeth Ashley Joyce, for a thesis entitled The Resurgence of the Gothic in Late 20th, Early 21st Century British Trauma Fiction. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Forestry, Jinhong Kim, for a thesis entitled Transcriptomic Responses of Black Spruce to Elevated Carbon Dioxide and Drought. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Education Studies, Hugh Anthony Leonard, for a thesis entitled What is the Meaning of 21st Century Education in New Brunswick? To be Doctor of Philosophy in Geomatics Engineering, Rakesh Kumar Mishra, for a thesis entitled Solar Photovoltaic Panel and Roofing Material Detection Using Worldview 3 Imagery. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Mechanical Engineering, Faru Motasemi, for a thesis entitled Numerical Simulation of Microwave Processing of Biomass Materials. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, Olga Yurivna Pelachenko, for a thesis entitled A Comprehensive CANDU-6 Model Primary Side Transport of Dissolved and Particulate Radioactive Series. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Chemical Engineering, André Lucien Pelletier, for a thesis entitled Enzymatic Pretreatment of Wood to Reduce Energy Consumption in Thermomechanical Pulp Refining. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Chemistry, Marius Ratke, for a thesis entitled Carbon-Based Polymeric Materials for Stretchable Supercapacitors. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Biology, Kurt Michael Samways, for a thesis entitled The Importance of Marine-Derived Nutrients from Anadromous Fishes to Atlantic Rivers. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Biology, Amanda Marie Savoy, for a thesis entitled Species Diversity and Phylogenetic Relationships Within the Family Rhodameleaceae in Canada. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Computer Science, Bing Yang, for a thesis entitled Java-Packed Object Synchronization. To be Doctor of Philosophy in Sociology, Kyle Walford Zelmer, for a thesis entitled Alternative Green Food Consumer Culture in a Risk Society. This concludes the granting of degrees in course.
Congratulations, graduates. Please note that an English translation of your diploma has been placed inside the folder behind the parchment, in case you were wondering what it said. I would now like to invite Jill Jolino, who's president of UNB's Associated Alumni, to welcome our newest alumni. Jill.
Good evening, Mr. Chancellor, honorary degree recipient Dr. McGuire, President Campbell, distinguished guests, family, friends of UNB, and our new alumni. Congratulations. A couple of years ago, we wisely limited the comments of the president of the Associated Alumni and invited many alumni to deliver our welcome message. Please direct your attention to the screens.
When we say we're proudly UNB, we're not just saying we went there.
We're saying we're part of something. Something big, something strong, something deep, transformational.
Lifelong.
Something that has allowed me to take on the world, to discover my passions, strengths, to wake up every day and do what I love.
To be part of something special, a global community.
To network, socialize.
To celebrate our accomplishments together as UNB grads.
And now, it's your turn to make your mark.
Your connection to UNB is not something you leave behind you.
It's something you take with you.
Something you cherish and nurture.
Something you shine brightly. Something you say loudly.
Proudly. You are UNB's greatest ambassadors.
No matter where you go, who you meet, or what you do,
stay connected.
UNB is a part of us, who we are, and who you've just become.
You will always be proudly UNB.
Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to the alumni family.
In 1999, the UNB Associated Alumni introduced a new tradition, the presentation of alumni pins to new graduates. We hope your pin will carry the individual memories of a life-changing experience at UNB and serve as a reminder that when you combine an ambitious goal and personal dedication, you can attain anything. Maybe more importantly, the pin is a symbol that you were, are, and will always be part of our family of over 83,000 strong who work to better our world each and every day. We hope you wear your pin with pride. We know you leave UNB with more knowledge, a greater sense of community, and the potential to make a significant difference in the quality of your own lives and the lives of those you touch. UNB alumni are world leaders, innovators, healers, teachers, pioneers, and now we include you. We know you will make your mark on the world, and we cannot wait to see what you will do. Please keep in touch. Congratulations on a job well done, and welcome to the alumni family. I now invite the members of our UNB alumni to present your pins.
Well, we are reaching the end of our ceremony, but I have a few words to say to you before we depart. I want to acknowledge that we had essentially a very special event here today with Elizabeth Joyce receiving the gold medal for her work in English. I believe that is the first time we've had a gold medal awarded to an English thesis. Congratulations, Elizabeth. And her supervisor, Diana Austin, was recognized as a professor emerita. Very special double that we had today. I just want to acknowledge it. Yay! Graduates, as you embark upon the journey now ahead of you, you are certain to have moments that will be life-changing, others that you will remember forever, and others that you will regret. Embrace all of these moments and try to find meaning in them. We encourage you to take risks, to step outside of your comfort zones, and to welcome the opportunities that come your way. Your path might diverge many times along your journey, and it's almost certain to be not what you originally had planned. But you never know what greatness or what happiness you will find by doing the unexpected. Today we believe, as UNB graduates, that you are ready to make your mark upon the world. On behalf of our Chancellor, the Board of Governors, the Senate, all the faculty and the staff, I extend to all who have received their degrees here today our most sincere congratulations on your achievement and our very best wishes for the future. I thank the St. John String Quartet for providing the music for our 63rd convocation. A joy and a pleasure as always. And I'd also like to thank all of those who have assisted with the arrangements for this convocation. There's always an awful lot of work that goes into the planning and the execution of these ceremonies. For us who are involved up here, and I'm certain for you too, we don't see any of the hiccups. There are hiccups, but the crowd we have looking after us are really, really good at making sure this is an enjoyable occasion for us. Thanks to you. At the conclusion of the ceremony, everyone is cordially invited to attend a reception in the atrium of the Student Union building. There's a photo booth there that has been set up for you to capture more memories with your family and friends. And I do think that all of you should take a moment here as we close our ceremonies to remember all the people who assisted you on your journey to this particular moment in time. For some of you, the journey here was relatively easy. And for some of you, it was a genuine struggle. I know you had help along the way. Take a moment to think of all of those people who helped you get you here to this wonderful moment. It is now my pleasure to invite Gladys Lacey House, who received her Bachelor of Integrated Studies here today, to come up onto the platform and lead us in the singing of O Canada. I would ask that everyone please rise and remain standing until the academic procession has retired. Gladys.
God
you.